Move this camera over here. Let's see if we're looking good. Does it look good? Does it look good? Are we live? Are we live? Mic check, mic check. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? I think we're good. All right, people, let's get this thing going. This is my post-game reaction to Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Carolina Hurricane and the Florida Panthers. This was a gutsy, and I mean gutsy win, because you got to give the star of the game to Frederik Andersen after what has happened in games 1 and 2, where Florida's just shot them out of their own home ice, getting outscored, and kind of the embarrassing fashion of how they lost the first 2 games with a combined score of 10-2. He comes back on net. Look at this, pitches a shutout. Like this was phenomenal, and I think, I think Carolina, they haven't taken all the momentum back in this series. Like, hey, hold on to your horses, man. This is, here comes Carolina. They're going to come storming back into this series. But what is fun from here on out, when you look at this series individually, game by game, I don't know who's going to win. We know the Panthers are going to win this series, but let's not forget and take into account as well, in closeout games, Florida's 0-3 at home. I think. I don't know. I know they're 0-2 so far, because the loss tonight, and then they lost game 6 at home against Toronto. I don't know. I don't remember how I don't know if statistically it panned out where Florida against Tampa in the first round, how many elimination games where they had a 3-0 lead or a 3-1 lead. I don't know how many elimination games were there for the Panthers against Tampa Bay. Maybe there wasn't, because didn't that series go? Didn't Florida win the first 2, and then the Lightning won game 3, and then Florida won game 4 and 5? I might be wrong. I don't remember off the top of my head how that series went, but that's just one little nugget that I just wanted to throw out there, and on the fact that, like, in elimination games at home, Florida struggles. And but this was very impressive by Andersen to come pitch a shutout. I think another huge thing on this game that a lot of people are going to overlook, which is totally fine, I totally get it, is when the goal got called back. There's like, what, 10, 12-ish minutes left to go in the third period. The score went from 2-0 to 1-0, and you could feel the tensity of the game, and how, like, if it was hostile before, it definitely buckled down with the fact that, okay, there was a challenge. Paul Maurice, he's like, hey, let's look at this thing one more time. And from a 2-0 game where it's like, okay, Carolina's winning this one, to them taking it off the board, okay, we got 1-0, it's anybody's game. Bizarre world. It was bizarre world for the final 12-minute stretch of that game, which I think anything could have happened at that point. Me personally, if I was the ref, I would not have blown the whistle, would not have called anything, wouldn't have called a penalty, wouldn't have called an offsides, because it was a bang bang. I know we're going by rules and all that, but, like, just with how, let's say this goes the other way, they take the goal away to Chuck or Verhaeghe or someone, they score, they make this thing 1-1, and we're going to overtime, and the Panthers win. Like, you could see all of Carolina being like, oh, what the hell, and we can see, their dismay for it. But what, just like with how close it was, where it was a tic-tac offsides, which is why they took the penalty away, like how close, my gut feeling would be, okay, just hold your whistle, don't, all things considered, we're in the third period, this is a 1-0 game, Panthers have a 3-0 series lead. Like, not gonna lie, I would have let it slide, but that's just me. Clearly, this is why I'm here and not being an official. But after that, both goalkeepers, even though it was 3-0, 2 of those were empty netters. Let's not discredit what Sergei Bobrovsky did either tonight. I think this was an absolute goalie masterclass between both of them. I think Andersen had a hell of a game. I think Bobrovsky had a hell of a game. And all things considered, too, both of them, there were a lot of chances in the second period alone. Like, it showed a graphic on how Carolina had 5 shots 5 go-ahead attempts where, okay, this squeaks through, it's 1-0, 2-0 or something. Their chances were really good. The other thing too that I think with just how the ending of this game played out is this, I think, with momentum, just momentum-wise of when you look at this series and how it has gone, momentum-wise, this gets the Hurricanes back into it, where I think now as we go to Game 5 in Raleigh, Carolina, I do think Carolina can, another magic one like this where, okay, we have some late game heroics. This thing goes 3-2 back to Game 6, and at that point, maybe I think Florida could close it out and win it in 6. But we will just have to see. I think this series, as much as it seemed like a given, with what's the word I'm trying to look like, with how Carolina has been 0-15 in their Eastern Conference Finals matchups, with how it looked like, okay, this is going to be a sweep. It's all but written that it's going to be a sweep. With how Carolina came into here with bad intentions and they snuck out a win, it is super impressive. So hats off to them for winning this one. I think we'll see how Game 5 goes. I really do think the intensity of how Game 5 is going to be, I think Game 5 is going to feel a lot like this, where it's not going to be easy. I think Game 5 will probably be a very low-scoring game too, because from here on out, we're going to see, can the Panthers, because we've seen their record on the road and we've seen how they have outscored, they've outshot, they've just outmuscled, and the physicality of how they have outperformed everybody on the road, whether it's Toronto or here in this Eastern Conference Final against Carolina. Let's see how the Panthers regroup. Okay, we dropped one at home, closeout game. We could have won this. Let's see how their physicality comes out for this next game, because I do think that, with how the Panthers have been playing on the road, and I've shot it out there and I've said it to the masses, where I do think Florida's probably going to win the Stanley Cup on the road when you just look at how much of a road warrior team they are. It's totally, which is so fun when you look at the playoffs as a whole, from two different sides of the spectrum, where we have Dallas. Dallas is a damn good home team, and then Florida's a damn good road team. So there's kind of fun things like that, where it's if the Panthers played like how Dallas does at home, maybe this thing was a sweep. But let's see how the Panthers. Here, let me take a swig real quick. Let's see how the Panthers bounce back in this one, because I think Game 5 is going to be a big one, and I think Game 5 is going to be a really good one. I'm still leaning towards, initially in my prediction for this conference final series, I thought I had Panthers in 6. I really did think, yeah, this can go. I think this can go 6 games. Frederik Andersen's one of the best goaltenders in this playoff so far up until this point. They eliminate the Caps. They eliminate the Devils. Them eliminating the Devils is kind of the same as Florida eliminating Tampa. Tampa was a good team, though. I'd give more credit to Carolina upsetting the Caps and beating them versus Florida beat. I don't know. It's weird. It's different. Which a lot of people now, where they sit and they go, well, what about after Panthers went up 3-0, they're like, okay, maybe the Toronto loss doesn't look as bad. Well, how about now? How are we feeling about that now? But we'll just see. I think Game 5 is going to be a really big game. Let's go into some of the stats now. So yeah, Stan Coven, he went. Oh gosh, I forget. Is Bobby a righty or a lefty? All I know is it went top shelf, and it was a good shot. Bobrovsky couldn't save it. And then in the third period, there was a goal that was called back. But then with 3 minutes left to go, the other thing too, strategy-wise, with the pressure of how you could feel the game going, where, okay, here we go. Panthers score a goal here. They're going to win this game. They pulled Bobrovsky to get the extra man on, and there was just a turnover, and then that's what ended up giving Aho the goal, where we had a 3-on-1 rush where, hey, let's not do anything stupid. You know, we're on the outside, we pass it towards the inside, then Aho just puts it in. The other one where, so at this point it's 2-0. There's still 2 minutes left to go. We knew the writing was on the wall. We knew the game was over. Start of, puck drop, and we go. Florida had 6 guys on. Just to add the pressure. Bobrovsky, again, he's on the sideline, behind the door, and then Stahl, just a quick whoop move, and he finds himself in front of the net. Nothing malicious to bury, just like a quick, okay, let's tap this thing home. A little bit of insurance, a little bit of a comfort, like, okay, there's still minute 20 here. Let's not have anything go crazy. But yeah, 3-0. Okay, let's go to the box score. Let's look at some of the physicality. Okay, shots. So Carolina had 28 shots. I don't know how many. I think three of those were goals, so 25. So the fact that Bobrovsky stopped 24 shots, pretty impressive. Anderson stopping 20. Hits, Florida again out physicaled Carolina 50 hits to 37. Penalty minutes, Florida had more. They had 20. This is a pretty damn big game. Okay, let's do okay, anything else? Yeah, 96 save percent and 100 save percent for Anderson. So yeah, goalie masterclass. This was a freaking good game. Okay, let me check the NBA. How are we looking on the NBA? Oh, there is. Oh my gosh. Okay, the Thunder are gonna pull away in this one. It's 116-109. There's 3:19 to go, guys. Here, let me pause this stream here. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're gonna pause the stream again. But stay tuned to that. We'll give a post-game reaction to the Thunder versus Timberwolves. Right now, Timberwolves are down by 7, but there's still a lot of time. So be sure to hit that like button, and we'll see you in about 5-10 minutes. So let's take 10 real quick. Alright, people. Here we go. Hold on. Alright, here's the rundown. Ready? Okay, here's the rundown. Here's the rundown. This is why I'm going to go mute for like 2 seconds, okay? Let me tell you what's going on here. There's 8.4 seconds left in this ball game. Shea just butchered his second free throw, so it's a 3-point game. Minnesota has possession. This next shot could potentially tie the game, or we'll just see. We will just see. But, so, we started the stream, but I'm going to mute myself again so I can listen to the final call. But here we go. 123, 126, 8.4 seconds to go. Here we go. All right. They did a quick foul thing. Like after he got the ball, they just decided to foul him, not even give him the chance to go up and take a shot. Okay, here we go. Wait, let me mute myself. Okay, we live? I think we're live. Okay, they're gonna send Nasri to the free throw line. So Dort fouled out or something. So Hardenstein comes in to get. Wow, Chet Holmgren is so much freaking taller than him. So yeah, he's Naz Reid. He had 9 points tonight. Free throws 100%. He's 2 for 2. So he's gonna shoot. So this will be probably a 1-point game. Okay, first one from the charity stripe. Cash money. Okay, then here comes Gobert. I don't even know what the... Oh, are they going to try to... Hold on, let me... Yeah, they're talking about potentially trying to miss this. And I'm like, why would you potentially try to miss this? There's no guarantee you're going to get the rebound. But maybe, yeah, again, maybe they work on these kind of situations. He made both of them anyway, so there's 7.2 left. And there's 1 point difference. There's a foul. Okay. Alexander's going to foul Shea again. Okay, let me mute this thing. What up, what up, what up? How you doing? Alright, we're going to mute myself again. Okay, 6.1 seconds to go. 126, 125. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he's at the free throw line. Okay, made the first one. Oh, cash money. Cash money. Okay, 3-point game again. 6.1 to go. Here comes Edwards. Caruso's got him, and Caruso fouled him. Why would you... I would just let the clock go down. Let the clock play out. Because if he hucks up a 3 and ties this thing and you go into OT, you have 5 more minutes to, like, beat him. Like, don't... Just let the clock go down. Because if he takes a 3... If he takes a 3 and makes it cool, it's tied. You go to OT, you have 5 more minutes to try to... I don't know. I don't know. Okay, here we go. He makes the first one. So it's 126, 128. Hardenstein and Gobert are going to sub back in. Okay, they're probably... I don't think he purposely tries to... He's... Ooh, I don't know. Okay, let me mute myself. Let's see what happens on this final possession here. 3.5 left to go. 128, 126. This is going to be Edwards' second shot. But then, again, he could miss it, kick it out. We could see a last-second 3. I don't know. Here we go. Okay, now technically speaking, the way they played that out was perfect, but there's 0.1 second to go here. 0.1 second to go. This game's over. This game's over. Technically, the fan caught it at 0.5. That might be the owner. I don't know. Like, they're... Yeah, okay, 0.6. 0.6, but this would have to be a... You throw it in, and Edwards catches it as he's up, like... I don't know. Hold on. Let's find out. Hold on. Let me mute myself. We got to figure out how this thing's going to end. This is... Hold on. Let me mute myself here real quick. Yeah, the realistic thing here, if they do give Minnesota one last shot, hold on, everybody's waiting. Why are we all getting serious? Because they have .3 left on the clock. They're gonna put .6, but it doesn't matter because like this pass, what it needs to be is this needs to be. They just need to time it like it needs to be an alley oop, kind of like how Aaron Gordon's was the other day. Holy shit! Here we go. Nothing. Nope. All right. See all that for that. All right. Okay. Edwards. Yeah. High fives. 16 points. I'd say ice cold. Ooh, ice cold from the 3. 1 for 7. 5 for 13, it looked like. Hold on, let me rewind that. Let me double check that stat line. 5 for 13, yeah. 5 for 13 on field goal. 1 for 7 from the 3. 6 assists, but 16 points. Ice cold. That doesn't tell the full story. Maybe he had more of a defensive impact. Julius Randle tonight, oh dear, 5 points. Get the hell, don't show me that stat. Don't show me that stat line and expect me not to have a reaction to that. Well, and that was well, I was talking about it, and I've said it before. You can't win the Thunder with the T-Wolves. Okay, here we go. Hold on, hello everybody, welcome back in. Let's get this stream going. Let me turn this off. Well, actually, the backlight's not too bad. Backlighting is not too bad. When it does commercials, it gets really wonky. But we'll keep it right here. We'll start things off. Let me check one. Let me turn this down just a titch. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get into this. I think how I've said it before, how Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he had 40 points tonight, shot a little under 50%. He was 13 for 30, had a couple rebounds, like career high playoff total. I mean, well, what can we say? 40 points. That's pretty damn good. Like, you're not gonna lose, dude. You're not gonna lose a playoff game when you're scoring 40, unless your opponent, in this case, is equal chess piece. Anthony Edwards is having 45. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about it in some of my other post-game reactions when we've discussed the Timberwolves, and we have discussed, how the hell are they going to get back into this series? How the hell are they going to, make this thing interesting? Try to get to a game 6, get to a game 7. And I talked about how everybody else needs to get involved. Everybody else, like, it can't just be on Anthony Edwards to carry this team alone. I mean, I think props off when we look at just the box score. Again, I didn't watch the full game. I was too busy watching, Carolina get a gutsy win against Florida and forcing in game 5 in that thing. But from the box score, 31 minutes, Jaden McDaniels gives you a 22-point performance. Alexander Walker gives you a 23-point performance. Dante DiVincenzo gives you a 21-point performance. So we got 3 guys who outscored Anthony Edwards. Okay, great. You look at the, Rudy Gobert had a good game. Rudy Gobert had a great game. He had 13 points, shot pretty good. But look at this. Mike Conley and Julius Randle both combined for 11 points and shot ice cold. Julius Randle 1 for 7, 0 for 3 from the 3-point. Mike Conley 2 for 8 and then 2 for 5 from the 3. You got DiVincenzo and Alexander Walker stepping up to, kind of. Again, it's a full team effort. It's a full team effort when we look at the stats. Kind of like that. Okay, now as it goes to Scott Van Pelt, I can tell the lighting's probably going to get a little weird, so we'll turn that off. But that would be my reaction. Having, again, only watched the final 3 minutes of this game. Don't know how the first half went. But it looks like It looks like OKC had the lead going into half. They outscored the Timberwolves 37-30 in the first quarter. Minnesota did outscore in both quarters combined. It does look like Minnesota outscored the Thunder. It was 28-25 in the third and then 41-38 in the fourth. But you got stats speak for themselves. Edwards, not good with the 3-ball. 5 for 13 from the field. 16 points total. Now, maybe he had some defensive stops or other impacts on this game where, maybe out of his 6 assists, how many of those were probably a 3-pointer to get momentum back into the game? I don't know. But with how the game ended with the ticky-tack fouls, it's kind of like, oh, okay. But when they kept fouling Shea and Shea went to the line, I will say there was a shot there where, okay, they could probably tie this up because he bricked the second one. I don't recall. They never got a good look. They never got a good look off. There was no, we look at this and go, okay, the game was lost because McDaniels bricked a 3. Like how Brunson in game 2 bricked a 3 or something. We can't look at the loss like that. But what else do we got here? When we look at Hartenstein, look at that, 2 points. But look at this. Jalen Williams, number 8 Williams, 34 points. Chet Holmgren, 21 points. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 40 points. Alex Caruso, 10 points. This team, that's a complete team effort. Oh my gosh, Jalen Williams free throw. Look at that. 6 for 9 from the 3. Flamethrower, dude. That's the word I was looking for. Flamethrower. 6 for 9 for 3-point. Okay, hell yeah. That's good on him. Caruso didn't shoot too bad. Maybe from the 3-ball he was a little cold, 2 for 5. But look at this. Look at this. Okay, let's look at it from the conditioning. No. Thunder just played one extra player. Never mind. Because I was kind of finding a little edge there for the Pacers-Knicks series on how Pacers had 11 in the rotation, but no, that's not a key piece you can stand on with this one. Just it looked like after the blowout the other day, looks like the Thunder just found a way to come back and win this thing. Now, as we turn towards Game 5. It's tough for me to say that as we turn towards Game 5, it's tough for me to say that Minnesota is going to win Game 5. Really, and that's me that's me being brutally honest, but me trying to also give them the benefit of the doubt, because we have seen in all of regular season and postseason, they have that record of how many wins do they have where it's double-digit wins, where some of these games are blowouts. How successful have the Thunder been at home, regardless of playing the Nuggets or not? They've been a pretty damn good home team. So, we'll see. Now, again, when is Julius Randle going to show back up in this series? When is Conley going to show back up in this series? Because when you look at this was a 2-point loss. If Edwards just made 2 or 3 more 3-pointers, if Randall had another layup or 2, or Conley had another layup or 2, T-Wolves win this game. This is I'm not. It's hard. It's hard. I don't if this was something where, this was. I don't know. If this was a Game 5 loss and we're coming back to Minnesota, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. There's because it's these are close losses, but it's interesting to see how the Timberwolves have finally. It's okay, good, you finally showed up in the series, but you were down 2-0. We'll just see. I know it's not over till it's over, but it's really hard for me to. Well, let's look at overall too. 50%. 50. Okay, so the T-Wolves even outshot him, 51% to 50%. So Okay, there's another good thing the T-Wolves did. Just, I don't know. Okay, wait. Shea Gilgeous. Let's see how many of those were. Okay, 12 of his 40 points were from the free throw line. I'm not going to call him free throw merchant. Like, they were hacking at him towards the end of the game because they were doing ticky-tack very... Like, the strategic way to end a basketball game, which is kind of... I don't understand how it works. Clearly it worked in this instance because, again, with, what was it, 13 seconds left in the game? Both teams still had 2 possessions, and there was never an opportunity for Minnesota to get a 3 off. So maybe it works. I don't know. Okay, all right, people on the shorts end, thanks for being here. We're going to do a hard out right here. So, goodbye. Oh, thanks for... There we go. You guys let me know stuff in the polls. There we go. You guys said the Canes versus Panthers win was a little bit more... Yeah, I agree. The better game, yeah, was that one. Gutsy win by the Canes. But yeah, okay. People on the shorts end, we're doing a hard out. See you later. Okay, well, in that. Okay. All right, people. Let's close that. Let's close that. Close that. Close out of that. Okay, we got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Let's just... Whoa, wait. All right, we'll do. Okay, we'll do it like that. Okay, we have 2 more minutes, and then we'll just wrap this thing up. I think today's games were for. Whoa, it's really dark when I do this. Hold on, and then I bet if I go like this, I have to look at that. Okay, I think today's games were really good. In the fact that even though the Thunder won and they now have a commanding 3-1 series lead, I still think the game was entertaining enough. And then with the Panthers and the Canes, like the fact that Carolina against everything, like the history, odds, like everything of how since Brendan Moore like had the game-winning goal against Buffalo in their Game 7, all those years ago, like over a decade ago, the fact that they've gone 0-15 up till now, they get a win like that. There's parts of me that think that win is big enough to swing momentum of a series, but not so much to the point where it's like, hold on, let's pump the brakes. Not enough to a point where it's like, okay, this is where the 3-0 comeback starts, because the Panthers are a better team. The Panthers are clearly a better team than the Panthers. But what I will say though is the game tonight and how it ended, with goalie performance masterclass by both of them. I do think this win tonight could lead, yes, to both goalies having another masterclass, and look at that, Hurricanes squeak out a win at home, down 3-1. Let's see you in Sunrise, Florida for Game 6, where Florida has a tough time closing it out series at home. So I don't know, but that's my thoughts on that, guys. I thank you for being here for the whole stream. I know this one was a little different. We did kind of like a little different mantra sort of these kind of streams where I started the stream, we did a post-game reaction just because of how both games went, like how the hockey game started first and then we took a little break and then we did the basketball stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to hit that like button. We'll have some videos for post-game reactions up soon enough for this game and the Thunder game. So be looking forward to those, guys. But hope you had a good Memorial Day, and I'll catch you later.